Welcome to Uxbridge Scugog Life. I'm your host, Jackie Hermans. It's been cold. Baby, it's cold outside. Yeah, the cold weather has definitely hit. But you know what? We're Canadians. And rather than complain, we need to find our ways to embrace the four seasons, including this cold, cold weather. And you know what? I'm looking out my window right now. The sun is shining bright and the snow is sparkling like diamonds. So yeah, we need to focus on that, as well as get our toque on and our neck warmers and our snow pants and everything. So we still need to get outside and enjoy the weather. So we're going to have a really good show. I was going to say this week, well, today, that is airing all week long. I'll be talking to John Fisher of Trail Hub. You can not only enjoy over 240 kilometers worth of trails on conservation land, but the amenities and the nice, cool, cozy chalet. So find out about that. We'll be talking to Madison of Positive Walks, who'll be talking about how her dog walking business has been doing during COVID, and talking to Aaron, the superintendent for the DDSB, about how masks are now being mandated by the DDSB for kindergarten students, as well as everything you need to know about how to survive during online schooling. We're all that and more on Uxbridge Scugog Life. Keep on watching.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
When an impaired driver killed my brother DJ, my life changed forever. Life has changed for all of us during the pandemic, and many people are turning to alcohol and drugs to cope. Even though most of us are staying home more, police across Ontario are seeing an alarming increase in impaired driving and the horrible devastation that goes with it. Now, more than ever, we need your commitment to never drive impaired and to encourage all of your family and friends to do the same. Together, we can save lives.
Hi, I'm Angel Morgan, host of Raising Energy. Join me weekly as I connect to spirits, animals, and so much more. That's right, Raising Energy, right here only on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. So with me now on the show is Aaron Elmhurst, who's a superintendent for the DDSB. Aaron, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
Well, I was very excited to have you on the show because I'm interested to find out more about how masks have now been mandated for the kindergarten classes. So can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So on Wednesday, the Board of Trustees passed a motion that will make masks mandatory for all DDSB students that are returning for in-person learning. There may be a few exemptions. We always have a few exemptions through our exemption process. However, in order for us to maintain the health and safety of all students, that has been a mandate that has been passed by trustees. And we're just working on the communication and ensuring that families will be aware upon return.
Now, in regards to exemptions, if there are some kindergartners that are just refusing to put it on, or maybe parents that are like, I do not want my child with the mask on all day long, is it possible for those exemptions to be made, or is it going to be more so for medical?
There is an accommodation process that we use, and it usually is typically for medical accommodations where students really can't wear the mask for medical reasons. And there is a process for families to go through if that might be the case.
All right. So when we go back into the classroom, is this when the mandate will be initiated?
Yes, this will be in place as we return, hopefully on January 17th.
Okay. Now, is there going to be any changes coming down the pipes in regards to reporting positive cases within the classrooms?
Again, on Wednesday at our special board meeting, it was passed that as a district, we would take all reasonable steps to publicly report data to the extent it is available on confirmed cases. So we're working with public health and our personnel here at the board to determine a process for sharing this information with families. But we recognize that we really want to be transparent, and families want to have a sense and want to know when there's positive cases in their children's classroom. So we are working on a process for doing that that still will remain anonymous to those who have tested positive, but will inform families so that they can continue to take the safety and health and safety precautions needed.
Okay, excellent. Now, will any additional rapid tests be distributed either before students coming back or upon their arrival?
So at this time, we really don't have enough supply to hand out additional rapid tests. As you know, rapid tests are really provided and sourced by the province. So should more become available and should we receive direction from the ministry on how we would be distributing rapid tests, we certainly would move forward with that. But at this point, we don't have that direction, nor do we have the supply to be releasing rapid tests. We know that the ministry shares information on an ongoing basis. We're constantly getting updates. So this too could potentially be something that we get more information on.
Okay. Now, with everyone back in online schooling right now, if any students are having some issues with the online schooling, what type of support is available?
Thank you so much. And we want to recognize that this transition is really difficult for families, families that have multiple children at home, that are working, that are transitioning, and students that are missing their friends. So we know that this is a difficult time. We continue to update the website, so ddsb.ca, and there's well-being resources there in order to support students and families. Staff and families can reach out to psychological services, social work, if they need to talk things through or seek additional support. And again, all of that's available on the website. We know that wherever we can take some of those impactful actions, such as taking breaks and eating well and resting, that really helps families. But the school is also there. So classroom teachers are available for additional supports as needed. The school administration is available. And so we really encourage families, if students are struggling in any way, to reach out, connect with the school, and work together. Our staff at our schools are extremely collaborative and want to work alongside families. So definitely that reach out is important. There are also some external resources if mental health, if students are experiencing mental health challenges, such as the Kids Help Phone or jack.org/COVID, that's accessible to students. So lots of resources available on the website and external resources, and schools, teachers, school administrators are always a great first contact.
Are there any additional technological resources, such as my kid's Chromebook charger is now kaput, or they left it at school, or we don't have enough internet bandwidth to be able to handle all of our family at home?
Absolutely. So this week, schools took an inventory of students who may be in need of, or families who may be in need of Chromebooks. And those were deployed early so that students could begin that remote learning as of yesterday. And if students come into difficulty with an extension cord or a charger, they can certainly reach out to the school administration. And that will be the students that will be supported in getting a new charger, whatever that might look like. The same is true for MiFi devices. So some of our families, particularly in the north, it's difficult with the bandwidth. And so schools have also requested devices for those families, and they are currently working on deployment. So we certainly are here to support in those cases. Based on our the availability of Chromebooks, we are currently at 1 device per family. However, in some certain circumstances, it may look different, but those are accessible and can be accessed through schools.
Okay, beautiful. Erin, thank you so much. It was wonderful to have you on the show. Lots of great information you shared with us, and maybe we'll have you back onto Uxbridge Scugog Life again.
Happy to be here and happy to come back. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Erin. We'll be right back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
This time of year, the water gets cold, and the air is getting colder. You want to make sure you're prepared. Watch the weather, dress for the weather. In the event that you're out and you get stranded, you want to make sure your cell phone's fully charged. We also recommend that you wear your PFD this time of year, just because hypothermia comes quicker than in the summertime. In the event that you fall in, you're going to start to gasp. You have 1 minute to catch your breath. You have 10 minutes of dexterity in your hands and your legs. This will allow you to climb back onto your boat or swim to safety. And then after an hour, you have the possibility of having a heart attack. So it's very important that you wear your PFD or life jacket. Now the difference between a PFD and a life jacket is a life jacket will self-right you and keep your head above water, where a PFD will keep you afloat but will not keep your head above the water. If you're looking for more information about what I've talked about, you can visit Transport Canada website at tc.gc.ca.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. So with me on the show, we've had John Fisher on the show before. We have him on again because it's really exciting because you have launched Trail Hub, or Trail Hub Durham, should I say, over 240 kilometers worth of trails on conservation land.
Yeah, definitely. We had this vision several years ago, and when the old Skyloft Ski Resort came up for sale, my partner and I decided to purchase it, and we're turning into a year-round facility where trail users can come up and start their outdoor activity, whether it's hiking or biking or bird watching or whatever, or photography or whatever they like. The best advantage of this place is it's situated at the highest point in southern Ontario, and it overlooks Lake Ontario and downtown Toronto. On a clear day, you can see the United States and Niagara Falls. Plus, as you can see in the background, we have this beautiful 3,100 square foot post and beam facility with a 30-foot ceiling that we can accommodate weddings and business events.
That is so exciting. So tell me, when you decided to purchase Skyloft, what was the overall vision that you had?
The main vision was to open it up, to keep it in the public domain, make sure it's not going to go private, and to invite the community here to be a community hub where they can just enjoy the facilities and the view, or to enjoy the trail, the 240 kilometers of trails that you mentioned earlier, because we're connected to all the conservation lands that are all free trails to use. But there was no facilities here for those trails. There were no indoor washrooms, no food services, no bar or anything like that. So, so now it's a place where people can come and, enjoy those facilities that never existed before.
That is amazing. And I understand you have Anina's Bakery that will be providing food in the chalet. What kind of food items will they be providing?
Basically, we're just setting up the menu now. So we don't have it, but it will be unique to our location. As you know, that Anina's has a couple of locations, and they provide top-notch food. Everything they make is when you order it is they make new. They don't have any pre-made stuff, and people will be enjoying their food like that they had at other locations. So we're very excited to partner with them, and they'll also be running the bar, which will be we'll have craft brewery there and cideries and local wine. So we want to be very Uxbridge Durham centric with our facility.
Oh, that is so exciting. So are you still online? Well, I guess maybe it depends on what's happening with COVID, but are you potentially still online for opening up the chalet, the bar, the food services around February 1st?
We were, but considering COVID's probably peaking and there's no indoor dining at this point in time, I don't think we'll be able to at that time. So we'll be pushed back, but we'll be announcing it on our website and through social media channels when we're able to open properly. That's for sure.
Now,
we really want to get to it. We're excited to open, that's for sure.
yeah, as soon as facilities are allowed to open up again, I'm sure you'll be open.
Yeah.
So this 3,000 square foot chalet, what I think is so cool is where it is situated. So do you want to explain when you come to the Trail Hub, where are you going to find that chalet?
So when you come to the Trail Hub, you come up our long driveway, and it enters in the chalets at the top of the hill. So you basically drive into the top of the hill with the large parking lot, and it's just a short walk to the facility from the parking lot, and you come out the front, and there it is. I mean, it's just perched right at the top of the hill. It's a unique location that nobody else in the area has, and you can be inside the chalet looking across Lake Ontario like I am right now.
That's awesome. And so I understand it's also accessible. So not necessarily inside the facility, but if you want to enter to the top floor, you just bring your car around to that entrance, or if you're going to the bottom floor, you bring your car around to that entrance, right?
That is absolutely correct. So if you're coming to an event, there's accessible parking right at the door, and you come in at the higher level. But if you're here for recreational activities, then what you're going to do is you're going to come in at the lower level. But yeah, so the parking lot's at the lower level. But you can drive right up to the upper level and just pop in the door, so it's very accessible.
Now, can you see yourself ever renting out cross-country skis or snowshoes or things like that?
Well, we do have snowshoes right now ready to go. We're just negotiating about cross-country skiing, so hopefully we'll have that next year. But we'll be doing definitely a lot of fat biking from here and connecting into the groomed fat bike trails at Durham Forest. Yeah, so that's pretty exciting for fat bikes, especially in the winter. Place to start off and be warm before you go out, and when you finish, you don't have to hop in your cold car. Pretty advantageous to the fat bikers, that's for sure.
Oh, it's beautiful. Well, I think this Trail Hub will really be drawing in not only the Durham community, but I can see it definitely going beyond that, because what a great accessible facility for to really enjoy nature. So, John, thank you so much. I'd love to visit you as soon as you open up. We'll be right back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
Yo. Yep. Okay, I'll be there.
Hey, I'm Chef Corey Dern, host of a show on Rogers TV Georgina called Cooking with Corey. Join me bi-weekly for brand new episodes where I teach you not only what to cook, but how to cook. On this show, we have cooked almost everything. Things like Japanese udon noodles with tofu, chicken on the rocks, zucchini fritters, and even grilled cheese. There's only one thing missing, and that's smell-o-vision. That's Cooking with Corey, right here on Rogers TV Georgina.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. I have Madison Gagne with us for, hi Madison, so great to have you. Now, Madison is from Positive Walk. So Madison, you have been doing a dog walking business for how long now?
So we officially started in 2019, and at first it was just me running it. So in 2019, it was fully just run by me, and then as time has gone, we've grown, and now there's multiple people that are involved in our joyful dog walks.
Yay! Now, you are quite the entrepreneur. This is not your only business.
No.
You do my lashes.
Yes.
You do a wonderful job. You do the dog walking as well as you grow plants too.
I do. Sorry.
Have you always been, sorry, have you always been the type of person to need to have your hands in many different things?
You know what? No, it wasn't until maybe my mid-20s when I decided to go back to school, where I felt like constantly being in school and having to do assignments that, as we all know as students, we're not always interested in the subjects that we have to take in order to finish a program. So I felt that I was lacking something that just brought me joy. So I decided, you know what, because I'm in school, I can't really make money right now on a supply list or anything for the school board because that's what I was in school for. So that's when I decided to bring my joy and passion for dogs into making my own business for dog walking. So I originally started working with Rover. And from rover.com, it completely opened up some doors where I was able to network, and then was able to branch off into my own business, and I named it Positive Walk. So that's how it started.
So good. And I understand. So you do dog walks all across Durham now.
Yes. So not so much in Pickering, that's the only thing, but we mainly focus on Ajax, Whitby, and Oshawa, and on leash and off leash. When we go to off leash, many times we go to the Oshawa Dog Park.
Okay, excellent. Oh, that's so good. Now, since COVID hit, have you noticed a difference in the dog walking business?
Oh yes, so it honestly feels like a roller coaster where some weeks when many places are open, we'll get emails for inquiries, and we always do a meet and greet before we start anything. So I will many times get a lot of emails, and then as soon as closures kind of start or the numbers start to get a little bit higher for COVID, then I find that a lot of customers will either move from full-time to part-time, or because they're home, they're able to take care of their dog. They don't need a lunch break walk anymore. So I really find that it's a roller coaster where the need is always there. However, it's depending on the timing.
Right, got you. Now, there seems to have been a puppy boom since COVID hit, right? Everyone's been, at the beginning, everyone was home, like, okay, now's the perfect time to get a dog. So at that point, when everyone was home initially, and then people started going back to work, did you get like a sudden spike in, we need dog walks?
Oh yeah, and we also offer check-ins and boardings for dogs and cats. So I also found at Christmas time, it was really, really popular for the cat and dog. Well, not so much dog, more so little critters and cat check-ins, because everyone's, I guess, trying to see their family, and you can't bring all of your furry animals with you. So you want to make sure that they're still tended to. And the great thing that we do at Positive Walks is we will post on our stories on Instagram so that when you're not home, you can tune in and see like, oh, that's what my cat or dog is doing while I'm not there.
Got you. Now, you mentioned little critters. So you'll go in and check on hamsters and gerbils and bunnies and snakes and things like that?
Yeah, so we haven't really dabbled too much on the reptile side, but we have worked a little bit with some chinchillas, hamsters, definitely some fish. But that's mostly the little critters that we've had to, also bunnies actually. How can I forget bunnies? We've also checked in on some bunnies.
Any critters such as like tarantulas, things like that, you're like, I can't do it.
I don't know. I'll do a meet and greet and we'll go from there, but I'm always open to opportunities. But snakes and spiders, I'm not 100% comfortable with.
Okay, so a meet and greet is like, hey, Mr. Spider, let's see, can we get along?
Pretty much.
So if anyone is interested in doing a meet and greet with you and seeing whether Positive Walks are going to be a good match for them, what's the best way to contact you?
So there's two options. We do have our Instagram page, which is found at the @ and then positive.walks. And the other option is also our website, which is the same, Positive Walks. However, it's .wix.com. I'll say it at the end again, just so that it's not so confusing while I'm mid-talking. But that would be the best way to get a hold of me, because through the website, you're actually able to book dog walks online.
Okay, that's beautiful. We only have about 30 seconds left. Any type of dogs you will not take on?
Only ones that have high aggression, because we are not a training service. We are more of a lunch break, casual dog walking service. So training and aggression, we don't really focus on. The training is more so basic training during walks, such as healing.
Okay.
But anything to do with aggression, we usually will not handle.
And what's that website again?
www.positivewalks.wix.com/home.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It was so great to have you on the show. We'll be right back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
After a night out with your friends, there's always options for getting home safely. You could call your BFF, your mom or dad, whoever you can count on for a safe ride home. You could call your favorite cab company or 1-888 taxi guy, or you could use the Arrival Live smartphone app to help you choose your ride. Be it a friend, transit, or taxi, getting home safely is app easy. Now available for iOS and Android devices. Visit arrivallive.org to find out more. Arrival Live, drive sober.
Hello, Glenn Ward here for Knights of Columbus TV Bingo. Every Tuesday at 7 o'clock right here on Rogers TV, your chance to win up to $5,000 with all proceeds going to local charities. Come play Knights of Columbus TV Bingo right here on Rogers TV.
Think it's too late to become more fit? Think again. I'm personal trainer Karen Ross, and my mission is to help you take control and find your way back to health and wellness. Tune in to A Little Bit Fit with me, Karen Ross, here on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. So that is another wrap. Now, if you want to be on the show or you know someone who has lots to offer to the community, then you can send us an email, uxbridgescugog@rci.rogers.com. So about all this online schooling, we're back, we're hunkering down. Most family members are all together within the home right now. We got to find ways to keep up our mental health, right? So make sure everyone in your family has an opportunity to get the self-care that you need. Maybe make sure your kids have the number for kids helplines. Sometimes they're not necessarily going to communicate about if they are having a hard time. So, and as a parent, we can do our best to keep that communication up. How is it going today? How are you feeling? How are your spirits? Give me your happiness level between 1 and 10, 10 being awesomeness and 1 being down in the dumps, and find a way to be able to keep track of how your kids are doing in that way, and do that for yourself too. We need to find ways to keep on trucking through and bringing up our joy factor, right? So we have done this before. We're going to do it again. We're going to get through this, people. We got it. We'll be back next week for more on Uxbridge Scugog Life. Bye.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line. Email us or connect with us on social media.
Saul, toast is burning.
Toast is not.
Every time she has a seizure, she smells something burning. Now, if we can provoke that smell by probing the surface of the brain, we'll find the source of the seizures. Mrs. Gold, do you feel anything?
I can see the most wonderful lights.
And now what do you feel?
Did you pour cold water on my hand, Dr. Penfield?